Good evening. This is Jazz and my cat Pompon, who welcomes you to this video. I'm so sorry about his inappropriateness, but he does welcome you to this video as well. Pompon, Pompon. I guess we'll just let him go and kind of x-ray that part of the screen. Of course, he was not in the room until I started the video and we started doing some energy work, and there is the cat. He wanted to pop in and play with energy with you as I teach you over the next 10 minutes about the sacral chakra and how to balance the sacral chakra and how to enjoy more of life, perhaps like a cat. So, so as Pompon is demonstrating, the sacral chakra is in the belly, and that is your pleasure center. So there is a spectrum of emotions that you can feel in the sacral chakra, from being over productive, over energetic in the sacral chakra, which gives you emotions of always being the thrill seeker, of maybe postponing things to the very last minute so that you have that adrenaline rush of doing something at the very last minute, and so a lot of procrastination. There is also those energies of always seeking for the next thing, the next certificate, the next hit, the next thing that you can do with your business. If you're an entrepreneur, if you only have too much energy, that's too much creative energy in the sacral chakra, you'll be producing, and never enjoying your work. You'll never be able to take some time off, some moments off, and just enjoy the fruits of your labor. So you'll just exhaust yourself and you'll feel very depleted. So that gives you cycles of feast and famine, because when you're depleted, you cannot serve your clients very well. So you'll probably stop everything, become very jaded, say, oh, this thing doesn't work, business doesn't work. And it's not really the client's fault. It's not the environment's fault. It's like you have to take radical responsibility that you did not nourish yourself because you overexerted yourself and you didn't take enough time for rest and enjoyment as you went along. So that's one end of the spectrum. How does that resonate with you? On the other end of the spectrum, where it is underactive, that's where you will not create anything. You probably have so much energy of shame, so much fear of rejection, that you won't even start doing something creative. You won't even start your business. You won't want to take the next right step, because what if someone shames me? What if someone doesn't like what I do? What if my mother, my father, my teacher, my kids, my partner, what if they don't like what I do? And so with the fear of shame, the fear of being cast aside, the fear of not belonging anymore, the fear of rocking the boat, it will not feel safe for you, so you will never take action toward your dream. So those are kind of the two sides of the spectrum, from being overactive or underactive in the sacral chakra. Can you recognize yourself on the spectrum? Or can you say that maybe you're more balanced? And balanced means that you can create and have such wonderful, so much fun, just like, you know, a kid playing with toys. And that's kind of like what business is for you, or just creating out of sheer joy, out of sheer need to create, because this is what you're meant to do. It's to create something more and enjoy the creation process. Doesn't matter what the outcome is. It's a creation process that's important, especially at the sacral chakra. It's a creation process. So you need to enjoy what you do. You need to enjoy your work. You need to enjoy your family, your relationships, your body, the food that you eat, the exercise that you do. It's all about enjoyment. It's not about being in a routine that is so strict that you have to do this, this, and this every day. That is no fun. That is no fun. That is not the sacral chakra, unless you have that soul group of origin that is about organization. You will thrive in organization, but for most souls, you need to enjoy the process, not just the goal, but the getting there, not just the destination, but the journey. That's what the sacral chakra is about. So that being said, how can you balance the sacral chakra? First of all, And I've said that so many times before. And so if you know me, you know this. Nothing ever is going to be better than you doing your inner work. That's balancing the sacral chakra, is doing that inner work. So going deep within and saying, where does the feelings of shame come from? Or where do the feelings of needing to be productive all the time, where does that come from? And how willing are you to continue believing in that pattern, or how willing are you to shift that pattern? So journaling on those issues is going to help you a whole lot come back into balance. So you need to develop a really great awareness of where you derive pleasure and how balanced that is. Knowing that with any chakra, we are not perfectly balanced all the time. That is a myth that we're perfectly balanced. We are here to experience, and we will go over and underproductive. Super normal. But overall, we want to be more balanced because, well, it creates more joy and more flow in life when it is. But when you don't know what extreme is on either side of the spectrum, it's hard for you to know what your balance is, because your balance point is as unique to you. So I cannot tell you what balance is for you. So that's something really important that I try to tell my clients and my students, that you need to know what your balance point is, because it's going to be different than mine. And my role is not to make you like me, but it's to make you the best version of you that is possible. So when I work with my clients and my students, it's always about you and your divine soul blueprint, whether it's from the Akashic Records or from your astrology perspective. It's you and your divine blueprint, your life experiences, and that's where we start from, so that we can really put you back into balance and alignment with the soul that you're here to embody in this lifetime. So tips for you to feel more aligned in that creativity center. So again, journal what is fun for you, what is enjoyment for you, and then take decisions based on your definition of enjoyment. So you want to eat more healthy, but does eating food that tastes like cardboard really fun for you? Some people like it, some people don't. I certainly don't. If I eat gluten-free, it better taste good, right? So notice what is enjoyment and then take your decision. So eat that food that brings you pleasure. Knowing that, you know, in the spectrum, always seeking for the instant pleasure is also a dysfunction in the sacral chakra. Sometimes effort, most of the time, effort is needed. So we don't want to be workaholic, but at the same time, some effort is needed. So if you want to lose weight, for instance, you want to return to your healthy state of weight balance or gravitational pull on Earth, but sugar and sweets and candy really bring you joy, it's going to be more difficult, especially for your ego. It's going to be very difficult for you to cut back on the sugar and come back to a healthy diet, right? So it's not always the immediate enjoyment that, well, I love sugar. No, it's what is more important for you is that the healthy lifestyle, is that going to give you more pleasure than the immediate feedback of the sugar and having that high and the sugar ups and downs that unhealthy eating brings you. Does that make sense? So give me a thumbs up, give me some hearts if this is making sense for you. So, so that is one way. So you journal what brings you happiness, what brings you joy, what brings you flow, and then you make life decisions in your business, in your food, in your exercise, based on that definition, and a long-term view as much as possible, not the immediate satisfaction. It has to be a good balance of that. The ways that I can help you return to balance in the sacral chakra as well is that we can look at your soul blueprint, the way that you are made to create, the way that you are made to manifest and enjoy life. And once you know your blueprint, it's easier for you to make wise decisions. and to align every action with that soul blueprint. So also with the Akashic Records, we're going to look into your patterns. Where are you sabotaging yourself? Why? What is the first time in this lifetime or in past lifetimes that you decided that you needed to feel guilty for something, that you needed to feel shame for something? What is it that you're carrying in your baggage, whether it's from this life or a past life, that always creates situation after situation after situation where there's a lot of guilt, a lot of remorse, a lot of shame, even if you're not doing anything that's against the law, you're not doing anything that's hurting anybody, but you're just carrying a whole lot of shame. What is that about? So going into your Akashic Records, we're going to uncover what those reasons are, and then it's going to free you through, there's a whole process that we do with the Akashic Records, and you're going to be free to make new decisions because that pattern is going to be released from your energetic field. Another way that I can work with you in balancing that sacral chakra is through energy work. So either Reiki, some shamanic healing, and also crystal therapy. Crystal therapy and Reiki is going to bring you back into a resonance, into a vibrational alignment with the perfect vibration for your sacral chakra and your entire chakra system, because you're a whole person with all kinds of chakras, not just the 7 major chakras, but a whole lot more chakras. So as we work on one, it's going to free up some space in the others as well. So again, it's, you know, a one time session is going to bring you a whole lot of relief, but to really heal, it takes longer. So coaching programs are a lot better, because if it took you 20 years to come into one thinking patterns, it may take you 20 months to get out of that pattern. So it's not overnight. And the aha moment, that can be instant. That revelation that, oh my God, that is so true. Like that can be instant. Where it gets difficult then to stay in balance, to make that your new normal, is when you implement this new normal every day in your life. And it's difficult because your ego, remember, does not like change. Your ego is going to say, well, things are broken. I'm surviving this. Like it's a really bad situation, but I'm still alive, so I must be okay. So let's not change anything because I'm really afraid of change. That's what your ego is saying. So we need to train your ego to know that it is also safe in this new situation, whatever it is that you want to create, whether it's more money, whether it's a different relationship, whether it's a different job. So we need to move through the whole resistance of this ego so that it works with you in that next iteration, the next creation of your life and business. That makes sense? So things that you can do as well to bring back balance into your sacral chakra. So remember, the sacral chakra is about joy. It's about flow. It's the water element, whereas the root that we saw before, that is an earth element. So sacral chakra is a water element. So salt baths are really, really good. It's going to help bring tension down. It's going to help cleanse your aura. So the recipe here for the salt bath is 1 cup of Epsom salt and 1 to 2 cups of sea salt or Himalayan salt. So that's not just table salt. You really want sea salt or Himalayan salt for the energetic qualities of those salts. Epsom salt is different. It's not the same molecular structure. So Epsom salt is going to be really good for the muscles. It's going to be good for your skin. It's going to give you some extra magnesium, but for the energetic clearing, you want sea salt or Himalayan salt. Okay, so about 2 to 3 cups. You want your bath water to be salty like the sea. And remember that when we are in our mother's womb, that is a very salty environment as well. So we want to kind of recreate that energetically, that energy of being safe, that energy of being in the womb, that energy of cleansing, that energy of being nurtured. So you want to create that in your bath. So once your water is also salty, you want to add about 1 teaspoon of oil. So whether that's coconut oil or almond oil, even olive oil. So you can put some oil, about 1 teaspoon in your tub. About 1 teaspoon of baking soda. It's going to make your skin really, really soft. And then you want to add about 10 drops of a really good quality essential oil that doesn't have any additives or chemicals to it. It's just a pure essential oil. Lavender is really good for relaxation. If you want to work on increasing the energy in your sacral chakra, so libido, for instance, or creativity, so you want to work with ylang. Ylang-ylang is a funny sounding one. Maybe some rose, and you want to add some sage also. To calm down, again, the sacral chakra, use some essential oil that would calm the hormonal systems. And sage, again, clary sage is very good for that. So about 10 drops of clary sage with some lavender in your bath, it's going to help calm the hormones. So when you're noticing your hormones are going up, it's a full moon today, so some of you are really feeling the effects of the full moon. So clary sage, lavender, maybe a little peppermint in the tub is going to be very relaxing. So those are the main essential oils that you can do. So do a bath with that recipe, soak for at least 20 minutes in a warm bath, and you'll see the stress of the day, the electromagnetic field, the stuff that you've picked up in the day, especially if you're an empath, is just going to melt away, and allow them to melt away, and you'll feel a whole lot better after that. So for empaths, those people who feel a lot, those people who feel the sadness, especially like even if you go shopping or if you go in a crowd and you just feel like all the niggly things going around, so you'll want to take a bath every time after being in a crowd. It's going to help you a whole lot to manage your own energy system. If you need the recipe, again, just send me a message and I'll send you a recipe. All right, or if not, just go through my Facebook page. There's a lot of recipes there. So we talked about the sacral chakra, we talked about the spectrum, that it can be overactive or underactive, that you need to journal what gives you pleasure and then take action based on your definition of success and pleasure. And the other thing as well is receiving, because in the sacral chakra, this is a seat of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is magnetic, and the divine feminine receives. So whether you're in a male or female body or definition, you have the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you, and the divine feminine is about receiving. Some of us are much better at giving, especially healers. We just want to give, and we forget to receive. So remember, it's a flow of energy. It's an ebb and flow. It's giving and receiving. So make time to receive. The universe always wants to work with you to manifest your desire. But if you block all the time because there are the beliefs perhaps that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not deserving enough, the universe is right there at the door, knocking on the door saying, I have this gift for you, but saying, no, I'm not receiving it, because it's better to give than to receive. I'm not good enough to receive the gifts of the universe. So you see how ego, how your own beliefs get in your own way of manifestation. So journal on that and journal on your ability to receive. And that is also something that we work on in the coaching programs and in the healing programs that I have available for you. I do have lots of space available in January if you want to jump in a coaching program. And I'm just looking a little bit at the notes that I did. We talked about all that. We talked about the essential oils, talked about the bath. And last thing that I want to mention and how to balance your sacral chakra is the crystals. Knowing that the crystals is not a magic wand. They will not do the work for you. Crystals are a tool, so you can work with them to help you stay in that specific vibration, but you still need to do your inner work. Working with crystals is not a bypass to doing your inner work. You still have to do the work. So that being said, things that you can work with. I mean, look at this beautiful, beautiful crystal. This one is called orange calcite. I have quite a few samples for sale here. So this is a larger crystal sphere. I have a smaller sphere, and I have some other smaller ones that are thumb stones. These are really good just to hold during meditation. It just fits perfectly in the palm of the hand. And the energy of the orange calcite, I don't know what side of the screen. Here we go. So the energy of the calcite is so soft, is so delicious. And that's kind of the energy of the sacral chakra, is just nurturing and nourishing. It's almost like it's sweetness. And sweetness is the quality of the sacral chakra. It's the sweetness of life, the sweet nectar of life, the joy of life. So you want to work with crystals that bring you this sweetness, especially if you have an imbalance that is underactive or even overactive. So this brings you back into balance. So use it in your hands during meditation, or put it straight on your belly if you're meditating lying down. Some other crystals that I want to show you. There is, I forgot to take it out of the bag before showing you. So this little one here is called orange kyanite. I'm not sure if you can really see it here. My screen looks a little bit grainy. I don't know how it looks on your screen, but orange kyanite is another crystal that is kind of linear. And this one is really good for directing energy. So let's say that there's too much energy in the sacral chakra. You can use the orange kyanite and direct energy out of the sacral chakra. Or if you find that there's not enough energy, you can direct energy into the sacral chakra. It's also good for cutting cords. So if you feel there's a lot of cords from past lovers perhaps, or mother-daughter issues, that you can always cut the cord so only love remains, but everything else can be cut away, so that you don't have to have leeches of your energy field. You can maintain the integrity of your energy field. The other one that is really, really good for the sacral chakra, kind of looks like a science experience in this jar, but this is the opal. And fire opals, they do need to remain in water. I won't be able to open the jar. No, I did find some strength. So let me just pick one out. We don't see the opalescence in this one, but there are some specimens that, I can't really see the opalescence here because it's still wet. But you can see on the tip here, this is the opal, and it's still in the rock. So there's like fire in that opal. The quality of the light is in this opal. And because it's like the water realm, being the sacral chakra, and being the fire opal, it brings up the energy in the sacral chakra. So if you feel you don't have enough energy in the sacral chakra, the fire opal is really good. Now we keep this one in water because it has been created in water, and it keeps its opalescence, so it's shiny quality. If you take it out of the water, it's going to dry and it's going to lose the shiny quality. But you can take it out of the water, meditate with it, and then just to store it, you put it back in distilled water, and it's going to keep this crystal, the life expectancy of the crystal is going to be longer. So there we have it. So you have some tips and tools now to balance your sacral chakra, knowing that the number one thing is always your inner work. So work on issues of shame, work on issues of guilt, work on issues of workaholism, work on issues of needing always to find the next adrenaline pumping thing. Work on your self-worth as well, and the value of your emotions in the world. So those are things that we can't always work on our own because, first of all, there's shame. So it's difficult at times to admit that to other people, and it's hard enough to admit that to ourselves at times. And we don't often see the solution, because when we're stuck in our own cycle of shame and guilt and victimization, it's hard to find a solution that's from a high vibration, because those vibrations are so strong. So I encourage you to get the help and receive the help that you need. So the help that I can provide, again, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, I'm a healer, vibrational healer. So I can help you work with you through the Akashic Records, doing Reiki work, doing crystal therapy, and lifestyle coaching as well, so that you feel stronger, more confident, more joyful in taking the decisions and aligned action that is going to bring you to your definition of health and success and abundance. Work on receiving the help. That is key to the sacral chakra, so that you don't have to do it all alone. And you create a whole lot more flow in life when you also receive and not only give. We talked about the crystals, we talked about the essential oils, and we talked about bath time therapy with taking salt baths. So we've covered quite a bit. If you have questions, let me know. Put a comment below. And I want to invite you now, if you want to work with me on any of these issues, on the chakra issues, if you want to feel balanced, if you want to feel more self-confidence, if you want to really reach that next level of you that has more flow, more abundance, then book a 30-minute free consultation with me, and I'll teach you exactly how to break through your ego resistance so you can create the light, the life that you want. Hey, Roly, nice to see you here. It's been a while. Roly is in Northern Ontario. We met last year. She's doing great work in Northern Ontario. Similar to what I do as well. It's always good to connect with other healers. So there we go. We have some tips and techniques on how to balance the sacral chakra. I hope these have been useful to you. Again, comment below if you have questions, and let me know how I can support you, and book your 30-minute free consultation so that you know exactly how to break through your ego resistance. Much love, big hugs from my heart to yours. See you soon. Bye. Yes, just the last message from Roly that she just opened a wellness center in Northern Ontario. I've seen the pictures. It's absolutely gorgeous, and congratulations again on that big move. I will make my way back up north one day to see that. Congratulations again on that success. All right, see you real soon, everyone. Bye.